consultants when they're trying to sell their thing. They go like Wesley goes. Wesley, when you get to sell something to somebody, you get to that meeting, right? And you're selling, let's say, a $30,000 project. They called you in your house. You kind of know what you're going to talk about. How do you approach it?
So what I do is I go into the house. I'll say hi. I introduce myself. My name is Wes, and then I say, "How can I help you? What's going on?" And I leave it at that, and I keep my mouth shut, and I start to listen. And I had a salesman. He still works for me, but he's changed and turned a bit. He's learning from some of my coaching, and he was trying all these different techniques. Finally, I just said, Peyton, shut your mouth and just listen and try to help them. Just help. Shut your mouth and listen to their problem and help them. That's what you got to do to sell. His sales went up, skyrocketed out of the roof. He was closing a lot more deals by listening because he's helping. A, a client contacts you because they're in need of something, problem resolution, whatever it may be. Well, you got to find out what the heck their problem is before you can help them. So you got to listen. You and I had an experience recently where we had someone we talked and we explained, and they didn't listen. And they didn't give us a deliverable that we could work with because they weren't listening.
Yep. And I'll add something to that. So that is the first step, and you listen, and you're trusting that the person is listening, right? Which listening is basically spend some time to read what's on the page. But now you're counting on the person's ability to interpret correctly, to ask the right question.
Yes, exactly. Well, but you can wait till the end to clarify questions that you may have incurred during their rant of their complaint. But we got to get there first. Don't be so ready to ask the question. Be ready to listen first. That question may get answered just keeping your mouth shut. Does that make sense? Anyways, that's what I would do. So, with that being said, um, we're going to sign out right now, and we'll talk again soon. Till we meet again at the next
We
CEO
go
Brian with
live
Jane
with
West.
yes, and I'm back now, as you can see. I can you know what I notice now, that when we record,
We have bad internet connection. You're frozen
the
and quiet.
with this one, and then we automatically, I definitely know when people are selling it wrong to me because I not I need to check.
All right, I'm heading out. I'm gonna hang up on this thing and I'm gonna call you. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. Because you're frozen and I didn't hear a darn thing you said. And they'll be able to take some of this and use it um, whenever whoever does the editing. And we'll chat soon. All right, talk to you later. Jay.
Hello? Yes.
Yeah, man, you froze, and I didn't hear a damn thing you said in your adding to the conversation. I
It's all good. I clicked stop recording because well, the first 5 minutes or 4 minutes were good, and then our full episode recorded well.
okay.
The live button I have to figure out a better way. Um, but no, but it's all good. I love the conversation.
Yeah.
There's more to it. And these are the courses that I think that you and I can like do quick ones that somebody could produce for us.
Yeah.
And they would be great for this. Like I would have all the clients for us on this, man. Like this whole class I'm taking 3 days a week to
Yeah.
be certified by the government. There's like 30 companies or more in there trying to come to the United States. Imagine how many dumb, silly courses, not dumb, but like simple courses that they could take advantage of.
Yeah.
Simple stuff like how to do business here. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. It doesn't matter what you're teaching as long as you're teaching in English. They will feel like they're getting something. I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah, little shorts. Little shorts.
Little shorts, exactly.
All right.
And I can look into some questions that I can ask you that folks are asking in these groups, and then I'll ask you, and then the shit just translates so straight from the American's mouth, right? Because questions that they're asking like, what would it take for you to take a meeting with a business in Brazil that is just starting? You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing is the kind of question these folks are asking.
Oh, I mean, like they want to hear from us?
Yeah, that's why they are in this thing. It's a connection. It's like it's an arm of the Brazilian government that is responsible for commerce. Think of a chamber of commerce
Right.
that is from the government. So they got to invest some of the taxpayer money helping Brazilian business get overseas. So they have, to the U.S., to Mexico, to India, to the FAC. And a company benefits from being certified by the government. Means you know the tools, you have the backing, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what they do. But you can advertise and connect and guide people's hands anywhere you want because you're part of the group. So people be offering services there left and right, and people, I'm so interested in that. And you just like, now got the podcast in there, get a little translation shit. Now I'm fucking feeding that podcast to these folks. Look what I was able to get, guys. Look at this thing. Look at that thing. It's just networking up the wazoo, but it's a free way to do A and B test. If I put a course like this, how many people would click on that link? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of that group of people that are interested in investing, that are interested in starting businesses. That's what these folks are doing.
That's what we started this for in the first place. So it's good stuff.
Correct. And that was the thing that Haisa helped me do. It actually over some documentation today because there's another step.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. Good. What else are they going to tell you real quick? I'd like to have those questions before we go on air, so I'm not caught off guard and I look like an idiot.
I keep saying you never look like an idiot, but every time that I can, I will send you the questions ahead of time.
All right, sounds good.
Absolutely.
And then if you don't,
I just make the questions. The questions I asked you today, I literally pressed record on ChatGPT when you were on a roll.
Yeah.
And he transcribed what you said, and then I asked ChatGPT, give me some smart questions for what Wesley just said.
Oh, really?
Yes, and then I read the questions because it was not on my script that we were going to get there. I was going to get somewhere else, but then you were getting somewhere, and then I just hit you with some questions that the computer gave me that were appropriate, and then our conversation continued from that point. It is not that hard to produce, but you need somebody that thinks quick on their feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Keegan did it. When he was helping us, he did it.
Yeah.
He tried to take our shit to be a Christian thing. I'm like, we're Christians and all, but
We're trying to make money. Yeah, but see, you could totally tell a difference in your personality, my personality, and Keegan's personality. He just doesn't have that entrepreneur drive or thought process.
He doesn't. No.
It's special. That's why there's always one chief to a tribe of Indians. You know what I mean? Because there's only one guy that thinks differently.
There's always a Jordan and a
Yeah. Yeah.
Get Jordan to swish that motherfucker. Have you ever seen him in person? I bet you did.
Michael Jordan?
Yes.
No, I have not.
Man, you were so close.
Oh, not only that, you want to hear something funny?
Go ahead.
I've gone to basketball games where he had watched his nephew play in a high school, and I didn't pay attention to know that he was there. People told me after.
Come on.
I know.
Yes. That is one guy that I mean, if he was right next to me, I of course would say, hey, what's up? But as much of a fan that I am, I would never tell him to his face.
Well, you want to know? We were working on his house, and the rule was we could not get caught looking at him. If we did, we got kicked off the job, and we could definitely not talk to him. So we couldn't even get caught looking at him, or we got kicked off the job. Isn't that something?
That is crazy, but I kind of understand. If I was that, imagine if you were that famous, that everybody that looked at you
Got,
had a heart attack, or
got fired.
yeah, Actually, I think I probably would put some rule like that if I was in his shoes, but I'd probably never fire anybody because just having the rule probably reduced the incidents in like 90%.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you can show grace if you want or not to the other 10. Now you'll have everybody coming at you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
That's an interesting story. Hopefully, I'll get to do a callback when we do. Who do you like best, LeBron or Jordan? And we just keep doing that kind of shit.
Oh, I like Michael Jordan better.
Oh, me too, all day.
Yeah.
In every sense, I think LeBron is one of the biggest frauds in sport ever. I really do.
What do you mean?
Really do.
Why do you think he's a fraud?
First of all, I believe he's a steroid. He's like Barry Bonds, but more.
What do you mean sterile?
Steroids.
Oh, steroids.
Yes.
Yeah. Because he's just so much more massive in strength than a lot of the players out there, and he was like that coming out of high school.
No, he wasn't. He was strong, but he wasn't above the fray. So much so that he didn't win the first few, and he brought them close, but he didn't, and he got pounced by the Spurs and by the Celtics, right?
Yeah.
And he went to Miami, and then he started the Barry Bonds juice, and now he's a locomotive, right? And now he never gets sick. And now when he gets hurt, he recovers in a week. You know what I mean? And everybody else doesn't. So give me a break, okay? Everybody's gifted, but no one has that much gift. And how come nobody likes to play for you more than 2 seasons? And why everybody that plays for you ends up washed and not with a better contract after you? You can't possibly make everybody worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I count that. You know what I mean? Like, imagine Pippen without Jordan. Pippen wouldn't have been the guy that he lifted people. Even being an asshole, he lifted people to be better players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More championships. More. Come on. LeBron is a joke. I really think so.
I just recently read a story about Scottie Pippen. How he was like, somehow like his family was in financial turmoil. He gave away all his money or something to help others, and Michael Jordan got on his ass about something, and finally Michael Jordan then realized, oh, this guy's got some kind of a burden on his world that he's trying to resolve with his celebrity status and income. And their relationship changed completely. I guess they hated each other at first. And Michael Jordan didn't show him any respect until Michael Jordan found out Scottie Pippen's personal life. And it wasn't Scottie Pippen's doing. It was like his parents or something. You know, like he was, I don't know, someone had to, you know, had to have, you know, surgery or something. You know, had a cancer or something. You know what I mean? But I guess Scottie Pippen's life wasn't this big glorious fucking world. It was, there's a lot of heartache in it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, and I didn't know that. You could ask, you know, look up Scottie Pippen's story.
No, I've heard something like that, but and again, it wasn't like I wasn't even talking about them as people, but like when you think of a team and functions, everybody has it. Still, don't fucking put a chief when he's not a chief. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of men complex that they bark real loud and they want to be leaders, and then they destroy your team because you just fucking paid attention to the loudest voice in the room.
Yeah.
And you thought that motherfucker was a leader when he wasn't. Fucking snakes.
You know, something I want to add to our conversation if we ever get back into it on the CEO grind. You know why I didn't conform those other departments?
Why?
Because they were smaller, and the foreman of that division was like holding himself hostage that if I didn't conform, they were quitting, and I was afraid. I was afraid to lose them. But it took time for me to realize they gotta be gone. I can't have them here.
That's
But
right.
but at the time I was desperate and afraid. Like, for example, like when I had that master electrician, I had him for 2 months and I fired him.
Mm-hmm.
I needed a master electrician, so I gave him the job, and he was the second person I offered the job to. The first one declined the offer. And then the second one, the second offer, the guy took it because I desperately needed a master electrician. But it came to a point where, you know what, it wasn't worth having him. I gotta get rid of this guy. So, and then I went without one for again, and I was still vulnerable, and it all worked out. But it was because of fear that I didn't make them conform. And
It usually is that, by the way, Wes. But some fears, they are founded, right? I'm not giving you an out. I think I remember those situations, and you could have ripped the Band-Aid there. You would have been fine either way. But I also believe that some fears, they are founded, and sometimes you have to wait until you clean house, right? That's why a lot of the large corporations, they will hire a consulting firm to pick the right people, to pick the right time, to pick the right excuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's the whole thing. You know when you want to rip the Band-Aid.
yeah,
Only smaller companies sometimes have the benefit of ripping the Band-Aid. But even them, they have to be strategic about, which is strategic is a different word to say you have to manage the risk.
yeah,
It's not even a risk. You have to manage the consequences. You know there's going to be a blowback. Plan the scenarios.
Yeah.
Now act accordingly. And I think in a sense that's what you did. You could have done quicker, sure. But you never know. You don't want to be exposed.
right.
So, yeah.
Good stuff, man.
All right.
We'll
I
talk
gotta go
soon.
too.
All
Let's
right.
work.
All right, take care. Bye bye.
All right, bye.
and it's up to the judge to, that's where I land in terms of the sentence.
Okay,